Dear guests, good morning and welcome. It is my pleasure to open this first virtual economic mission to Wisconsin. I would like to warmly thank the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation as well as the Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce for the organization. I hope that these 3 days will allow us to explore synergies and potential cooperation opportunities between Luxembourg and Wisconsin. Also, let me thank Governor Tony Evers for his participation and opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, you might wonder why Wisconsin is one of the few places in the United States where you can have Luxembourg wine, Luxembourg beer, Treipen, and traditional Luxembourg Moster. The reason is that Luxembourg and Wisconsin hold 2 centuries of relationship. In the 19th century, some 1/5 of Luxembourg's population immigrated to the United States. Luxembourgers choose to leave their home country for a better life and better perspectives in the United States. Wisconsin was, back then, a preferred destination for Luxembourg immigrants. By the end of the 19th century, more than 250 Luxembourg families lived in the Ozark County area. Today, Wisconsin hosts the Luxembourg American Cultural Society that was founded in 1977. Its mission is to preserve the roots of our heritage and nurture the leaves of ongoing relations between Luxembourg and America. The LACS also sponsors the Luxembourg American Cultural Center. Today, more than ever before, the ties between Luxembourg and Wisconsin remain strong. Wisconsin represents a fertile region of opportunities for Luxembourg businesses. Wisconsin and Luxembourg are excellent platforms for companies that are seeking to establish or intensify their business activities in Europe and North America, respectively. Despite 2 centuries of relations, this is the first time a trade mission is organized to Wisconsin, so I'm really honored to head it, even if it is only virtually. Dear entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, mostly 3 fields of potential cooperation between Luxembourg and Wisconsin will be more deeply explored during this economic mission: the clean technologies, the financial technologies, and finally, the startup and innovation ecosystem. Why those 3 fields in particular? Luxembourg hosts a thriving cleantech sector, comprised of a growing number of companies that work mainly in the fields of eco-construction, renewable energy, waste management, water technologies, and electromobility. Luxembourg companies, for instance, provide reliable water and wastewater treatment solutions. Besides, the Cleantech cluster is running a very active water group and promoting innovative projects. Luxembourg can offer pilots and first customers to Wisconsin companies. Wisconsin hosts a lot of interesting companies that could use Luxembourg as their entry door into Europe. Luxembourg has also become a fintech center of excellence in Europe, particularly in the field of payment, but also in terms of open banking, RegTech, and more recently, blockchain. It is therefore natural to discuss and collaborate with our American partners in these sectors. Once a world leader in steel production, Luxembourg has become one of the EU's top 3 financial centers. Luxembourg is also a leading center for green and sustainable finance and the world's largest listing venue for green bonds. It is also the largest investment fund center in Europe and the 2nd largest in the world after the United States. Finally, for innovative startups, the Grand-Duchy is an attractive choice with direct access to corporate decision makers, easy communication with public authorities, and the availability of dedicated support. We have put in place a number of public initiatives and dedicated programs to develop a supportive, open startup ecosystem. Also, among the most striking aspects of Luxembourg's economy is the international character of the workforce. Around 70% is composed of immigrants or cross-border workers coming from neighboring countries. Attracting international entrepreneurs, investors, and activities from abroad has made the success of our manufacturing industry, as well as of our financial sector, over the last decades. Luxembourg's favorable business climate has attracted numerous US companies, such as Amazon, Goodyear, DuPont, PayPal, and Spire Global, that have global or European headquarters, as well as R&D and innovation centers in the Grand-Duchy. I hope that soon we will also count companies from Wisconsin among these success stories. Now, we are building a fast-growing startup ecosystem, attracting companies from all over the world who can quickly develop their activities from Luxembourg as their European gateway to serve customers all over Europe and beyond. For US startups, Luxembourg is the best gateway to access the European market. It is the ideal place to localize existing products for the EU market and testing new products and services before an international launch. On a different subject, let me also mention that hosting SES, the world's largest satellite operator, Luxembourg is also proud to join the US as one of the first signatories to the Artemis Accords, the NASA-led program aimed at sending the first woman and the next man to the surface of the moon in 2024. Dear guests, currently the Startup Luxembourg ecosystem includes more than 400 startups and more than 15 incubators and accelerators. Financial assistance is available for young innovative companies at each stage of maturity. Numerous events are devoted to launching a business, which is quite impressive considering the size of the country. In this context, I would like to remind all the Wisconsin startups that they can apply until the 15th of April for the Fit for Start acceleration program. Selected startups can receive up to roughly $175,000 to expand in Europe by developing their activities in Luxembourg. The program is open to any startupper active in the field of IT or space technologies. My ministry has been supporting local startups for many years now in expanding in the United States, and particularly through very successful startup programs in the Silicon Valley and in New York. These programs offer Luxembourg startups the opportunity to connect with local entrepreneurs, investors, and corporates so that they can start establishing commercial contacts and test if their products are suitable for the American market. I'm delighted to announce today that my ministry, in cooperation with Wisconsin-based accelerator Generator, will launch a new startup program allowing up to 5 Luxembourg startups a year to explore their potential for expansion in the US from Wisconsin. I believe that such a program will provide a first strong collaboration between our two ecosystems. I am also sure that with the talent of our startups, the expertise of Generator, and the support of the very active community of descendants of Grand-Duchy immigrants to Wisconsin, this program will prove to be a great success on both sides of the pond. I would like to take the opportunity to thank Mike Ansay, our honorary consul in Wisconsin, who played an important role in setting up this partnership. I'm convinced that with all the efforts deployed, we can soon expect further fruitful collaborations between our startup ecosystems. Before concluding my speech, I would like to encourage companies both from Luxembourg and Wisconsin to contact the Luxembourg Trade and Investment offices in San Francisco and New York. Those offices, which are under the supervision of the Ministry of the Economy, can be a very useful contact for American companies wanting to establish themselves in Luxembourg and for Luxembourg companies looking to enter the US market. Please do not hesitate to contact them for free support. Finally, let me thank you all for your online participation. I hope that we will be able to meet in person very soon, be it in Luxembourg or in Wisconsin. I wish you all a very successful virtual economic mission.